What's up, guys? Today we're coming at you with a Odd Eyes Endymion Mythical Beast deck profile. But before we jump in this deck profile, we want to say if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also be sure to smash that like button, hit it with the Gallic gun. And if you want to support the channel, be sure to check out the description box below. We have the Patreon, we have other things down there, so be sure to check that out. So let's jump into this deck profile. Let's see what we're coming at you with. Start things off, the first thing, we run 3 of our main card that we want to see. We want to see our Odd Eyes, our Pendulum Dragon. This guy, he's the central focus for the deck. Get him in the pin scale. When one of your Odd Eyes gets destroyed, get that special summon. Keep the ball rolling for yourself. Running one of the OG Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon and one of the Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon. These two both have their uses. You know, you don't really want to have this guy, but the main thing about it is he is original. He does double damage and he can be a beater. Odd Eyes Phantom, he can be doing some massive burn damage, and also too, he gives your monsters a bump up whenever you're in battle against a monster, so that can be very useful. We're also running 2 Odd Eyes Persona Dragon. Odd Eyes Persona Dragon is good for making sure you hate on your opponent's extra deck monster effects. Very useful to you, and it's also good. These are low scale, helps with a lot of plays that you want to make. Also running the 1 Odd Eyes Performance Power Dissolver. This card is just very good for making sure you get to your fusion plays. Just help you get to that vortex, making sure it's properly fusion summoned. That way you can keep using it with your Odd Eyes Art Pendulum Dragon. Just keep bringing your vortex back. We're also running the Endymion package, a small one. We got Vegeta, we got Trunks, and we got Bulma giving the backup support. We got Vegeta doing the big bang attack. You know, you get 6 counters on the field, remove those counters, he just blows up the whole field. We got Trunks doing the burning attack also. He knows what he's doing too. He's been doing a lot of training. And we got Bulma, like I said, when she needs help, she goes, "Woohoo!" and she calls out whoever she needs, even the little puppy dog too. Speaking of that, we're running the 1 Mythical Beast Master Cerberus, 2 Mythical Beast Jackal King, and 2 Mythical Beast Jackal. I like this lineup a little bit better. I know a lot of people like running the Cerberus at 3 because they want to see it as fast as possible. But to me, I don't like the fact that he's a level 8. I don't like that. If I was running the pure Endymion build, I would 100% run this at 3. But being Odd Eyes, I like to run this at 1. I can still get to it, see what I need to see it, and still get the plays made the way I want to make with it. I like the fact that he can do the target and removal for the banish. That's very useful, giving him attack point boost. The Jackal King, you need him just to be able to slide around the Biru. The Biru can be very problematic for this deck because you can actually make a lot of plays with this deck. They can really just keep going and almost deck you out. It's really crazy. And this is just to make sure we get either of these on the field as fast as possible. And this is almost like a spell power mastery on the in the pin scale. Target a card, destroy it. It's going to get 2 counters. Very useful. Also added back in the Magical Abductor. We want to be able to have a way to make sure that we can keep spell counters on the field. That way the Jackal King and also the Mighty Master will be able to have a way to still have something to bounce back other than just themselves. And this also being a good searcher for all the pendulum cards. No matter what you need, get the 3 counters on, you get that search. Very, very helpful. And lastly, for the monsters, running 3 Chronograph Sorcerer and the 1 Time Gazer. This is still good. Time Gazer is still good for making sure that it protects your pin scales. You know, your opponent's going to want to do stuff to really hurt you, especially with the way a lot of hand traps are, back row heavy decks. So you want to make sure you can get that protection. Chronograph is going to be a free special summon for you whenever a card is destroyed. A lot of times you're going to activate that Sky Iris, whatever you need to do. Get that search, get that special summon, get another free monster. And that's it for the monsters. For the spell cards, running 3 Allure Darkness. Allure Darkness is very much needed in this deck. Being able to draw 2 cards, banish out 1. That 1 banish is usually not going to hurt you. Being able to eat through the deck, getting those spell counters the way you want to, that's what you want to do. Also running one Sacred Sword 7 stars. You got plenty of level 7 monsters in here. Be able to banish out one of them, draw the 2 cards that you need, keep the ball rolling. The same thing goes with the Into the Void and the Upstart Goblin. These are 2 just very good generic draw cards. Just get the first draw right out. Just make sure with Into the Void you clear out your hand. Anything that you're not going to be using, set it, summon it, clear out your hand. We're also running the best searcher in the deck in the game, in my opinion, Spiral Flame Strike. You know, this card just being able to add a level 7 odd eyes to your hand from the deck, and also too being able to add it from the extra deck can be very helpful to you. That just helps you get that extra little push that you need. You also too, if you have odd eyes on the field that you can control, destroy your opponent's cards. Get them things, simplify the game state the best you can, then run them over. Say good game. We're also running one Summoner's Arc and one Duelist Alliance. These are both just to make sure we get that Arc Pendulum as fast as possible. We have 3 ways to search it with our Spiral Flame Strike. We have 2 additional ways, and we can also still search it with the Sky Iris. But we just want to make sure that we can get to those cards to our as fast as possible. That way we make sure our opponent just has a hard time. We're also running 3 Spell Power Mastery. Spell Power Mastery, you want to be able to get that Servant. You want to be able to get that Mighty Master. You want to be able to get the Magus. You want to do whatever you can to make sure that your opponent puts them in a bad situation. Get the spell counters that you need and just run them over. Lock them out. And lastly, for the spell cards, we're running the 1 Terraforming, running 2 Sky Iris, and 1 Magical Citadel. Sky Iris is just all around good for this deck. Be able to make sure you get the pops to your odd eyes, clearing out your pen scale when you need to is very useful, getting that extra search. And Magical Citadel, I usually like to end up on this, making sure after I've already activated Sky Iris, blow off the Sky Iris, activate this, and start getting counters on it for protection for Mighty Master, Mythical Beast, all that stuff. Very, very helpful, very useful. And that's it for the spell cards. For the extra deck, running 1 Perform Power Gatling Ghoul and 2 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. This is just a nice little package I like. Gatling Ghoul is just good for making sure that you just really put some work in on your opponent. If they have a big crazy monster over there that doesn't say it can't be targeted, hit that monster up, blow it up, and just run the rest of your monsters, the opponent's monsters over. Just clear the field. Odd Eyes Vortex is the main boss monster for the deck. You want to have this card. You do well grind game with this. This right here really puts your opponent in a bad state. If they don't banish this card and they just keep destroying it by battle or card effect, it's going to keep, as long as you got your Arc Pendulum on the field, it's going to keep coming out of the graveyard, getting a free bounce for attack position monster, and also too giving yourself another negate. So it can be very good in the grind game again for you against your opponent. Also running 1 Elixir Prominence, 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, and the 1 FA Dawn Dragster. I really like the Prominence. It's just going to be good for making sure you get that non-target removal. Sometimes that comes in very good handy. Sometimes just not putting up a bunch of negates is what you need. Sometimes you just want to clear off that problem monster, and that's all you need to do to clear the board and win the game. Odd Eyes Meteor Burst is just all around good for being able to just hate on the battle phase. Very useful. And the FA Dawn Dragster, just we want to make sure we can make as many negates as we can. If we can get some Omni negates and also some spell negates, that's what we want to do. Run the 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, Odd Eyes Absolute. Run the 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal, the 1 number 11 Big Eye, and the 1 Abyss Dweller. This is just a nice Absolute's just going to make sure that they can't get through on you if you keep it on the field. Be able to negate attacks, and also to be able to make sure you can special summon Odd Eyes out of the graveyard. Very helpful. Red Eyes Flare is just making sure it's good to make sure you can get that extra damage. If you didn't finish off your opponent, you still got 2 level 7s on the field. If you ain't going to be negging on your negates, go ahead and go into this, let your opponent eat themselves up. Got number 11 Big Eye, just being able to snatch steal the opponent's cards. Very useful. And Abyss Dweller, there's still graveyard effects. It seems like that's the way the game's going to always be generating, especially with Shadal's coming up here in another few weeks. So we're going to have Abyss Dweller put that stuff on lock. We're also running the 1 Underclock Taker, the one Wee Wee Witch, the Daybreaker, the Deco Talker, and the one Borlo Dragon. This is just a nice little lineup I like to use right now at this moment in time. You know, this could change, you know, as we go down the road. But the Underclock Taker, this is to help with the Odd Eyes OG Pendulum Dragon. Just make sure you get as much damage as you want. Wee Wee Witch, we got plenty of dark monsters. Being able to bump them all up, putting in that extra work for you is very useful. Daybreaker, we got plenty of spellcasters. He's going to get counters on him, and he'll also be able to clear off the field when he has those spell counters removed. Very helpful. We got Deco Talker. Deco Talker is just a good another negate for the deck. A good generic link 3. And we got Borlo, just in case they get a little iffy over there. They're a little too high, over 3k. Drop them down a little bit. And also, too, when you battle them, just take that problematic monster and hit your opponent in the biscuit. But that's it for the deck profile, guys. We want to thank you guys for all your love and support. If you want to support the channel, be sure to hit the links up in the description box below. Be sure to check out the Patreon. Thanks, guys, for all your love and support. We're out.